Have you ever trusted the wrong person, even when all the warning signs were there? Have you ever defended a bad decision just because you already invested too much into it? Or maybe you judged someone instantly and later realized you were completely wrong. The scary part is this: most people believe they think logically, but human beings are not rational creatures. We are emotional, biased, manipulated by invisible psychological forces we barely understand. And these mental traps silently control relationships, money, success, politics, social media, even your identity. This is called the psychology of human misjudgment. And once you understand it, you will never see human behavior the same way again. Part 1. Your brain was never designed for truth. The human brain is not a truth machine. It is a survival machine. Thousands of years ago, humans didn't need perfect logic to survive. They needed quick decisions, fast judgments, instant reactions, emotional shortcuts. And those shortcuts still control us today. That's why people believe fake news, fall for scams, stay in toxic relationships, worship celebrities blindly, follow crowds blindly, defend lies aggressively. Not because they are stupid, but because the brain prefers comfort over truth. Your mind constantly searches for patterns, certainty, and emotional safety, even when reality says otherwise. Part 2. The power of social proof. Imagine you enter a room full of people staring at the ceiling. What would you do? Most likely, you would look up too. Why? Because humans copy humans. This is called social proof. When many people believe something, our brain assumes it must be correct. That's why trends spread. That's why mobs form. That's why propaganda works. People often don't ask, "Is this true?" They ask, "Do other people believe this?" And once a crowd agrees on something, independent thinking becomes dangerous. History proves this again and again. Entire societies have supported terrible ideas simply because everyone else did. The fear of isolation is stronger than the desire for truth. Part 3. Confirmation bias. One of the most dangerous mental traps is confirmation bias. People don't search for truth, they search for evidence that supports what they already believe. If someone believes rich people are evil, they notice every corrupt billionaire. If someone believes they are unlucky, they remember every failure. Your brain acts like a lawyer, not a judge. It protects your existing beliefs. And social media makes this even worse. Algorithms feed you information you already agree with. Slowly, your world becomes an echo chamber. You stop learning, you stop questioning, and eventually you confuse familiarity with truth. Part 4. The halo effect. Good-looking people are often seen as smarter. Confident people are often seen as more capable. Rich people are often assumed to be wiser. This psychological illusion is called the halo effect. One positive trait creates the illusion of many positive traits. That's why attractive criminals get lighter judgments. That's why charismatic leaders gain blind followers. That's why influencers can sell almost anything. Humans are deeply influenced by appearance and emotion. We think we judge logically, but most judgments happen emotionally first. Logic comes later to justify them. Authority bias. If a person wears a suit, speaks confidently, or holds power, people instantly trust them more, even when they're wrong. This is authority bias. Humans are conditioned to obey authority from childhood: teachers, parents, bosses, governments. And sometimes authority becomes more powerful than morality. In famous psychological experiments, ordinary people were willing to hurt others simply because an authority figure told them to. Think about that. Normal people can commit terrible actions not because they are evil, but because they stopped thinking independently. The moment you surrender your judgment completely, you become dangerous. Part 6. Incentives control human behavior. Want to understand people? Don't listen to what they say. Watch what rewards them. Human behavior follows incentives. People change opinions for money, for status, for attention, for approval. Even good people can become corrupt under the right incentives. And this explains why media creates outrage, companies manipulate emotions, politicians divide society, social platforms encourage addiction. Because attention is profitable, fear is profitable, anger is profitable, and humans are easily manipulated by rewards. Your brain loves dopamine. That's why notifications feel addictive, likes feel important, validation feels necessary. Most people are not controlling technology anymore. Technology is controlling them. The commitment trap. The more time, money, or emotion people invest into something, the harder it becomes to walk away, even when it's destroying them. This is called the sunk cost fallacy. People stay in toxic relationships because I already gave so many years. People continue failed businesses because I already invested too much. People defend false beliefs because admitting the truth hurts their ego. Sometimes people don't continue because they believe. They continue because quitting feels painful. And this trap can waste entire lives. Strong people are not those who never fail. Strong people are those who can admit, I was wrong, and move on. Part 8. Envy and comparison. Humans constantly compare themselves to others, even subconsciously. Social media intensified this problem to dangerous levels. People compare their behind-the-scenes life to someone else's highlight reel, and slowly they feel inferior, insecure, unhappy, angry. But comparison destroys peace, because no matter how successful you become, there will always be someone richer, smarter, younger, or more famous. Human minds adapt quickly. Today's dream becomes tomorrow's normal. This endless chase creates psychological misery. Real freedom begins when you stop measuring your worth through other people. Part 9. Why smart people still make dumb decisions. Intelligence does not protect people from misjudgment. In fact, highly intelligent people are sometimes better at justifying bad decisions because they can create sophisticated excuses. Knowledge alone is not wisdom. Self-awareness is wisdom. The ability to question yourself, to challenge your emotions, to admit uncertainty, that is rare, very rare. Most people would rather protect their ego than face reality. Part 10. How to escape human misjudgment. You cannot remove bias completely. No human can, but you can become more aware of it. Before making decisions, ask yourself, am I emotional right now? Am I following the crowd blindly? Am I defending my ego instead of truth? What evidence would prove me wrong? Am I reacting or thinking? The quality of your life depends on the quality of your thinking, and the quality of your thinking depends on your ability to challenge yourself. Most people never do this. That's why manipulation works so easily. The psychology of human misjudgment is everywhere. In politics, in relationships, in advertising, in religion, in social media, in everyday life. And the most dangerous illusion is believing it affects everyone except me. Because the moment you think you're immune to manipulation, you become easiest to manipulate. So the next time you react emotionally, follow a crowd, or judge too quickly, pause for a moment and ask yourself, is this really my own thinking? Or has my mind already been programmed by invisible forces? Because understanding human psychology doesn't just help you understand others, it helps you finally understand yourself. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more deep psychology and human behavior content, and comment below, which psychological bias controls people the most?